Welcome to the Art Lady channel. Today's lesson is on an elephant that never forgets. And these are my first grade examples. So these students were age 6 that created these adorable little Valentine elephants. So our first step is to take our paper, and you can see here I have my paper. This is the long side, and then I have the short side. I'm going to just bring the two long sides together for this type of a heart. So I just take the bottom and I'm folding it up so that it meets together. And my kids that I have with me today are first graders. Most of them are age 6, and they've already done this. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to flip it over so the fold sticks out a little bit. See how it's coming out? Right here. It kind of comes up on the page. But the fold is very important with this for the line of symmetry. So whatever we do on one side is going to be repeated on the other side so that it's the same. And where they meet is the line of symmetry, where the pattern repeats. But for this project, if you look here, the heart is, one side of the heart is going to be the same as the other side, and it's going to meet at this dot at the top of our page. So we're going to have to come down 3 fingers right here. So I line up my fingers. Now watch. This is horizontal because I didn't put my fingers straight up. So I'm just taking my hand, placing it horizontal at the top of the page. So my fingers are lining up to the very top, touching the top. They're not going off the page. And where my 3 fingers come down, see? 1, 2, 3, it meets at a dot. So we are going to place 3 fingers to the edge of our page, touching the top of our paper, not going off. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put a dot right on the line of symmetry, right on the fold. So go ahead and do that now. 1 dot right on the line of symmetry, which is the fold line. This dot is very important. Now the next step we're going to draw just on one side. We're going to come up and back down in a nice arch. It's going to be like a rainbow curve, or like the small letter N. The line needs to come as far to the top as it can, curve, and go to the very side of the page. Watch me first. I'm going to start at the dot. I curve up to the top and curve right back down to the side of the page. It looks like a rainbow. You may do that now. Now our next step, now I'm going to slide my paper up because I don't have, see how I run out of room on the screen? My picture plane is only from here to here. So I'm going to slide it up for you to see. So we have our rainbow arch at the top. Now we're going to come around and we're going to come up. Let's do 4 fingers up. So my pinky finger, we take the other hand, my pinky is lined up. Cap this. So my pinky is lined up at the bottom. See how I put my hand horizontal? Got my fingers coming across. My pinky's lined up on the line of symmetry down here. So you match your hand. And then above, I'm going to put a dot on the line of symmetry. So I'm going above my hand and a dot on the line of symmetry. Now, I'm going to come down to the bottom of the page I'm going to put my finger on the fold. This is the fold. I'm going next to the line of symmetry. I'm going to put a dot or a line. I'm just going to draw a line right next to my finger. Let me show you what it looks like. So my finger is on right next to the line of symmetry, the fold. I'm going to move my finger so you can see. I just traced a line. I'm going to draw up, and I'm slowly coming to the side. Look what I'm doing. So I'm slowly tapering it up. See how when I came to this line, right before this line, I started curving out. Now let's bring it down so you can see it. Now I'm going to slowly connect it to here. So I'm going to take this line, watch what I'm doing, coming to the edge of my page, slowly connecting. It forms almost a giant question mark. Now the next step is for us to fold this so that I can still see the line. We want to see the line. Now the next step that we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting. But when you cut this, you're going to need to cut through 2 pieces of paper at the same time. This is important. About 2 or 3 kids in every class don't cut through both at the same time. So what they end up with is a half a shape. So listen carefully. You need to take the scissors and you'll be cutting. I start at the bottom here. This is going to form the elephant trunk. See? At the bottom. So I'm going to start at the edge of the trunk. My paper's folded together and I lift my scissors. Some kids have trouble if they go to the tip of the scissors. They're trying to cut and they're just using the tip. You've got to open your scissors up, come on all the way in, and then press. And you have to cut on the line. Some kids weren't cutting on the line. They were going way over here, or they were cutting into the picture, into the area. And some kids even turned it over and started cutting this way. Well, you can't see the line. You want to be able to see the line when you cut. So I'm opening up my scissors so I get the most power, because in here is more powerful than the tip. And I cut and I turn. Now my fingers are not near the blade. They're just right here. They turn and I cut on the line, opening up the scissors, opening up the scissors. Now this piece is scrap. We don't need this. I come over here. I cut, open up, cut, open up, cut, and turn, and I cut right through the fold. Now, when I open this up, there's 2 that are exactly the same, one on each side of that line of symmetry. This will form the elephant's head and trunk. You may cut now. This is the part that we don't need. You can put this in a scrap bucket or throw it in the garbage. That's up to you. The part that cuts off could almost form another heart when you put it together. If you cut this out here, that's up to you. But that can go in the garbage or whatever your teacher tells you. This is the part, we're going to come to the very bottom now. And if you see the marker here, then turn it over so that we have the least amount of marker showing. You want the clean side facing up. I'm going to go to the very bottom and I'm folding up the bottom about a finger. See how I twisted this up around my finger? You can even crease it. And we're going to put 2 nostrils for the nose of the elephant. And I'm just doing 2 ovals. Now, I'm going to add some wrinkles on his trunk. So I can put a little one in the middle. And I can add some on one side. See how it doesn't touch the other side? And I started on this side, just little curved lines that come across to show the wrinkle of the trunk. Now I'm going to come to the top where I have the curve, the rainbow curve. This almost forms the letter M. See how it forms the M? So I'm going to come to the top of my heart, because together it forms this heart. And I'm going to touch the top of the heart. And I'm bringing, so hold it with your fingers, pinch at the very center, and just bring this to the line of symmetry. When it touches the line of symmetry, which is the fold line, we're going to crease it. And I'm going to do the same on the left side. I'm going to pinch the top of the heart, and I'm bringing that right to the line of symmetry, right to the fold line. Crease it. The elephant ears are going to flop over. Flop. The inside is where we'll write our message. See? Let me show you on this one. Here's my ears folded down. Look. When I lift this up, you can see there's a fold line here. My message is written above the fold line, right at the tip of the ears. That way, when I fold it down, it doesn't show on the face. Okay? So, we're going to start. Let's get the eyes first before we put the message. Because I'll let you put your own message. So now we have our elephant ears folding down. Now we're going to put two eyes here. Now this is up to you. You know, if you want to make a girl elephant, a boy elephant, a baby elephant. So you can decide now. Artist plan. So look, do we want the eyes? Pretend my fingernails are the eyeballs. Do we want them right here? Does this look good?
No.
Okay, well, some kids might like it like this. How about way over here?
No.
I don't really care for it here either. You could put it in the very middle. That would be okay. Or, look, a little bit closer to the middle. I kind of like it a little bit closer to the middle and maybe a little, well, probably right here I like it. So, what I do is when I like it, I'll start with the left side. So I like it about here. So this is where I'm going to put my eye. So I'm just going to draw right around my fingertip. Okay? Then I'm going to lift my finger up. And I'm going to decide, oh, it's only one finger, isn't it? So I'm going to put a finger here. Put a dot, because that's where the other one starts. See? This is one finger away. Now I'm going to put my finger right here. Trace around my finger. Now I can decorate the eyes. You decide, do you want your eyes closed? And then you can make some eyelashes. So I'm going to decide if I want to have a line at the bottom, a circle at the bottom, an oval. This could be forming the eyelid. So you're going to design now your eyes. I want these little curlies at the end. But you decide how you want them. I'm going to actually put some circles at the bottom here. So that'll be my lid. Then I'm going to put the iris in, two curves for the iris, and then I'm going to make a little pupil, which is the black dot in the center of the eye. It's just going to be an oval. But you decide how you want to make your eyes. But I kind of like this with the eyelid, and then I did a curved line in here. So I'm going to write together. If you want to do it with me, you can. But my message is going to say, never forget, I love you. Okay, so that's the message we're going to do together right now. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to do never. That's N. And if you notice, I'm at the very top. E, V, E, R. Never forget. F, O, R, G, E, T. Never forget. And then I'm going to do dot, dot, dot. I'll press. I love, L, O, V, E. And I did love on this one. Look at this. I actually made the O into a symbol of a heart. So the symbol of a heart made the letter O. U, Y, O, U. And I'm doing a giant exclamation mark. Because elephants never forget. Never forget. I love you. Now I'm going to show you some of my students' examples. What you can do today is if you want to add some color to this, I'm going to color over this. Color in your eyes. Maybe add some more gray lines. And remember, elephants have a lot of wrinkles, so we can draw in some wrinkles. I'm going to add wrinkles in my ears too with some gray crayon. Maybe a little, if it's a girl, you might want to put a little pink on the cheeks with crayon. That would look cute to make it look a little bit more like Valentine's Day. And here's the finished elephant after I finished coloring in. I put some little pink cheeks and added some gray lines. Oh, I did forget the eyes. I want some bright color for the irises. That'll give a lot of life to him if you add a bright color in here. There. Never forget. And you can curl his trunk just by pressing with your hand. If I take my index finger and my thumb and press it, it curls. And that way he'll stick up. So it looks like this. See? On the side. So my thumb is on the back and I'm touching the fold. My index finger is touching the fold and I'm drawing. I'm just moving my hand down, pressing, and it's curling it. And there she is. Never forget, I love you. Now I'm going to show you what my kids did today. And here are some examples from my first grade class.